lesson that we've been looking at today is a health and social care lesson, health and safety in different settings. They set the classroom up as a nursery setting because some of the students will be on work placement in a nursery setting, but also obviously coming from college they will be going out to work in the real world, so we've tried to make it as close to the real world as we can. So we set up the classroom with different hazards and different tasks for them to do. So what they had to do was go and identify as many hazards they could find to see where there was dangers for children in a nursery and say what they would do about it. So it was quite an interactive task. At the beginning of the task I allowed the students to select whether they wanted some help in terms of prompts, because not all the students are aiming for distinction, so the ones that were aiming for sort of merit and pass had the option of having a prompt sheet which gave them guidance on some suggestions of looking in certain places, linking to legislation that they had to think about that was relevant to the hazard that they saw. They were given a choice. It was really lovely to see that all the students, even the ones that weren't aiming for a D, did actually opt to use the non-prompt sheet, so they were stretching themselves from the very, very beginning. So it was just getting them to think a little bit outside of the box and go a bit further with the task than just that was presented. Just about trying to get the students to think creatively. So the objective of today's activity was to try and get them to have a real-world experience of health and safety rather than just paper-based, to understand how complex a risk assessment might be and how they have got to think beyond that which is obvious and think about potential risk to all children, not just the children that are known to be at risk. And have a bit of fun with it, and also have an opportunity to work away from a computer and work in a dialogue situation where they're working with each other, interacting creatively.
It kind of makes you understand it better because you know what kind of hazards there could be in the nursery, and it gives you more ideas.
And plus it's like you'll be working, it gives you an experience of what the real world's like. For example, working in a nursery instead of just researching on the internet. I think this is more useful for us too.